Let's see. Hopefully that doesn't overpower me. And let's see how the mic's working. Change some things visually. Let's see if I look clear now. And hopefully you can hear me a lot better. There's not a lot of fan noise in the back now. So hopefully this cleans that up a little bit. We're going to take Cyberrune and make Cyberrune into a card today. I don't know how clear you can hear me over this. If you guys are in here, let me know. If anybody's in there, let me know how well you can hear me. If the music's too overpowering, I don't think it is, but you can let me know. But now we got to take Cyberrune and we're going to make it into a card. So I actually have to open a card file. It doesn't matter which one I open because I'm going to do it as a lightning one. Actually, it won't matter here. We'll just use Voltaire as my base. What I'm going to do is duplicate this one, right? And then I'm going to drag this over to the folder. Let's move. Move. And then we're going to go to actually keep it right here. It's a lightning mod. So Cyberrune's going to be a lightning mod. And we're going to do some cool stuff with Cyberrune here. Hi, Ball. How you doing, Ball? Hey, how do I sound, Ball? Do I sound pretty clean and crisp? And does the camera quality look a lot better? Okay, so now I need to keep all that, but now I need to get rid of stuff. Voltaire there, the background, the moon, the stars. God, I can't even hit the stars. Delete it. There we go. Cool. Now we'll keep that, and we're gonna put the background. You sound perfect. Okay, I'm just checking because I fixed stuff, and now you can't hear the fan in the background anymore. I think my camera quality looks way better now. I adjusted a lot of different things, so hopefully that helps. Yeah, I adjusted the mic quality, so hopefully it's way better. I'll just check it myself really quick. Just a sec. I'm gonna mute myself so I can actually hear it for myself too, and the music. Alright, now the mic quality sounds better. The music's not overpowering me. I'm gonna turn it up just a hair. I think right there is a good point. Okay. Yeah, okay, so now time to work on Cyberrune here. So the first thing I'm gonna need is there's a swirl background, and then there's two swirl backgrounds and then regular background. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take this whole layer. I got to unlock this. I'm going to go Control C, and I'm going to go all the way down. This is how it started, but I remember this is the old stuff. You can turn off all those layers. Delete the building. We'll just delete. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll keep the background layer, but we're going to delete all these because we don't need those layers, right? Oh, did I delete the background folder? Wait, I didn't want to delete the background folder. Okay, so we'll delete this because we don't need that. We'll delete this and delete that. Okay, now, alright, cool. Now I'm going to go Control V. I'm going to put it in there, but I'm going to drag it to the background layer. I look good too. Okay, cool. So now we got a lot going on. That I sound better. The video looks better. Cool. I adjusted some things because I felt like they needed to be fixed, and I fixed them. Okay, so this is going to be too small. So we're going to go Control. Enter Control Z. This is going to be too small. Alright, we're going to lower this down, but we're going to bring this back in. Alright, so now, I don't want to do it like this, but I'm going to bring it in a little bit. You're never supposed to do it like that. But I kind of have to right here. Ooh, I don't like that though. Alright, I'm going to bring this in a smidge. Okay, I need the swirl to touch outside the layer. Alright, I see what's happening. Okay, so it does cut off the back outside of the background, right? So, what we have to do, I do have to drag these in enough, right? So it's going to touch the edge of the card. And I need this to just touch where the swirl hits right there. And I can bring this one in. So I got to bring it out, make sure the swirl touches from top to bottom there. Now, what I'm going to do is hit enter. So now, what we're going to do is go on the edge of the card, right? We're going to hit W, grab our, oops, Control D. We're going to grab the edge of our card. Now we're going to hit W. I thought I was going to hit W. Grab the edge, hit W. Now we have our border. Now we have to delete everything outside the card, right? So on the edge of that card, right, we're going to click our background layer, if we can get to it, right here, delete. Come on. I got to select inverse, that's what's happening here. Select inverse. Now, this should work. Oh, delete the whole layer. Why is it not? Okay, let me go back. I gotta get the, I bet you I have to get, alright, grab that again. Just hit enter. Grab that again. W. Do here. Select inverse. Okay. I bet you it's not going to work again. I bet you I'm going to have the same result here. I did. So I'm going to go back. I should be able to delete. Oh, I know what I'm doing. That's why. I got to click on the outside of the border. So, that is my fault. Now I got to re-hit W. Now I got to go outside of it. That's why. I got to delete this, right? And that takes care of that, but we still have the swirls to take care of. Delete the swirl. Delete the swirl. The way for me to make sure the swirl's deleted is bring up this layer here. I don't see the swirl, right? Take it off. I don't need this layer. So, these are all old layers, but I kept them because it's what the original card looked like. So I kept that there because I don't want to get rid of the originality of the card that was sitting there, right? Alright, so now we got our swirl. I'm going to hit Control D. I'm going to hit, and I'm going to rename this. I'm going to go File, Save As. We're actually going to name this Cyber Room. I have some notes on my other PC on my tablet I'm going to use based off of some stats I wanted to do. Completed cards, lightning mons. Oh, it's alright. Cyber Room. Save it. Open the file. Save it in there. Cool. Now, we have Cyberroon saved in a folder right now, right? But here's what we're going to do. So, I'm creating my trading card game right now, right? So, we got our shadow layers. What we have to do is we got to merge all these into one layer. Right here. We're going to go Control-Alt-E. I know I have the leaves in there, right? So, I will... Actually, I'm going to do this because I'm still going to need this vibrance layer. And I don't have the splatter in there either, so that's something else I'm forgetting. That'll be its own separate layer. So we're going to go from here to the vibrance layer. We're going to Control Alt E to keep that vibrance, right? I probably should have put, you know what we're going to do? This is the easiest way to actually go about this. We're going to go from here to the eyes layer. We're going to hit Control Alt E. We're going to make this a layer, and then we'll drag those vibrant layers over. So we're going to go to Cyberroon, drop Cyberroon in. But it can't be above. It's got to be below all the stat layers, right? All the ellipses, everything like that, it's got to be below. It's got to be below the rules, the info box. It's going to go sit behind that. So I just want it above. It's going to sit above the background layer. That's where I want it to sit above. I can actually bring this back just a little bit. I do like that, but I need to figure out. I don't want to stretch it that way. I don't want to cut off his foot. You see, it'll stretch him out right there, and I don't like that. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's not. Oops. Okay. I might actually have to. It's the tree layer that's getting a little convoluted there. And the tree layer is. I drew this all as one image, so the tree layer actually is going to be one layer. I don't want its foot to get cut off, right? So I need to bring its whole foot in. I might have needed to draw the tree layer separate. Unless, I mean, there is another option here. And that is, because I feel like he's too big. I might have to actually draw more onto this because I might have to extend the tree layers out a little more, because the tree layers don't look right? So I mean, it's huge already, but the problem is the tree layer itself. I might have to redo the tree layer. That one's tough. Because I don't want it too big, right? I want it to sit within here. But I don't want it to... I don't know if I have like full Terry. See, maybe I should have done... I mean, that looks okay, but its foot gets cut off, and I don't want that foot to get cut off, right? That's not what I want. So maybe I can bring the foot in. I could bring it a little bit down or up. Then see what happens though. The problem I'm gonna run into, I'm gonna lose the tree over here on the end, right? And I don't want to stretch it either because it won't look right. See, if I stretch it, it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it definitely gets a little stretched out. I'm not sure if I want to do that. That one's tough. I'm not sure if that's the right call there. It's big. This would be one of the first, this would be one of the biggest cards I've done, I think. What I could do is do this size, and I think I have to, well, here's an easy way to go about that. So I'm not losing anything. We're going to try this. We're going to take this, and we're going to copy this piece of the trunk here, right? We're going to Control C, Control V. But I don't want to, I'm going to bring it up above or below this layer, right? So just below it, I'm going to move, whoops. Oh, that copied the green. I want to copy off this. So all I got to do, let's see if this will work. We're going to try this. Control C, Control V. I got this stupid green one here because I did the wrong thing. Delete this one. I don't know if this will work, but we're going to rotate this. I didn't want to do it like this, but I think I have to. Control T. We're going to flip it. Rotate it, rotate it. I don't know if this will work, but we're going to give it a shot. Then we're going to Control T, flip it horizontal. Doesn't really pan out the way I thought it would. Now I think I might have to come in and do a redraw because it's not lining up the way I hoped it would. I can make this a bit smaller. No. See, because the shadows look a little weird, so that's what I was concerned about. I mean, that kind of holds up on its own right there, right? Just a little bit. I think what I do is I warp it. And I think what I do is I drag this in a little more and I actually slightly warp this. Maybe I can take, let me do this. This was my concern when I was doing this. I didn't, oops, Control D or Control Z. This is where it kind of sucks because I don't want to lose that image, right? So we're going to try this. Doesn't really match up, but we're going to extend it a little bit. I'm going to try a few different things here. If not, I'm going to have to draw into this image actually just a hair. It doesn't really line up, right? I can move it over. Try to flip it. We'll see what happens. No, it doesn't really line up either. This is tough part now. Because I didn't think. I mean, the only other option I can do here is delete this. I can come in. This can. I'm gonna have to take a big chunk of this tree. Go Control C, Control V. It's like using an asset in a game. You reuse it. I can go Control T. I can flip it, right? And what I might do is I can warp this a little bit. I can take my eraser tool. And I can take this layer, right? And I can erase that out. Oops. What I'm going to have to do, erase that leaf out. So, I don't like that. back here. We're going to erase that off. Okay, now, what we have here, right? So we have this piece right here. We're going to just bring it up a smidge. Just enough. Just trying to hit that edge just right. I'm going to have to probably hit it right there. Right here. Oh. Hit right there. Don't move it anywhere else. I think I want to blend some slight, so pick a stamp tool. We're going to just... Or... No, spot heal. Sorry, spot heal brush. We might be able to do this. Okay, we'll take that out. I think I have to merge. So I'm going to go Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. We're going to do that. Okay, we're going to hide this layer, or not that layer, hide this layer, right? We'll keep those two layers just in case we mess up, and we're going to try to do this right. So we're going to take the spot heal tool. We're going to merge these layers, Control E. So now we're going to hide these. And I'm going to take the spot heal tool and see how I can possibly blend this without losing light or anything like that. Cool. So we're going to have to spot heal that. And then this little spot right here, we're going to spot heal. I don't want to bump that up. See that? Yeah, there we go. We got to spot heal all of these little crevices, right? Kind of looks good. Let's try spot heal in this direction and see what that saves. And I think, honestly, it looks pretty cool like that. So I spot healed what I did there, right? We got to do the same up here. I think we can make this smaller. So now that I know that'll work, we got to bring it down even further. And I didn't want to do it like this, but the key thing is here, I'm going to have to bring those tree trunks wider up unless I want to draw them all over again or draw onto this. There's only one option here, and it's to copy and paste parts of the tree trunk, manipulate them around. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to manipulate parts of these around. So it really... Okay, so now we're going to keep manipulating these, right? So now that I know I have that, I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go Control C, Control V, right? I'm going to keep them this size. But what we got to do is now we got to flip this, right? We're going to flip it horizontal. Flip it vertical. Flip it horizontal. So I kind of like that, but what I don't like is how this double cuts right here. So I'm going to go back to the spot healing tool. I'm going to merge these layers, Control Alt E. So we're going to have a ton of merged layers. We're going to have a ton. There's going to be a lot. We're going to have to make a folder for this for sure. Because I definitely have to fix this. Because I thought it would be big enough. But what I should have done is drawn the tree separate. Then put them laying on the tree. And that's not something I thought about. We're going to call this Merge Tree and Cyberroon. I spelled that wrong, but that's fine. So what I'm going to have to do is keep merging these layers and taking points out, right? See that little piece I can see right there? So we're going to spot heal that. Because if I spot heal it, right? I need to spot heal this because I made the mistake of, I think that's too much of a spot heal. I can see it right there, but I need to just blend these in really well. The spot heal. I'm going to have to spot heal this, unfortunately. I think I'm going to make a smaller spot heal brush. This is going to be tough. Definitely have to spot heal where, and see, I don't want that because now I'm trying to manipulate the image, right? And I don't want that. So now I have to spot heal this because I had to merge the layers to make it big enough because the tree wasn't big enough, right? So now, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but I feel like I just have to try this and see what happens. We'll have to see what happens from here. I think I can take this out a little bit. I'm gonna have to just try to find the right spots to spot heal this. I'm gonna take this out. It doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look bad, but it definitely spot heal those spots for sure. Then we're gonna go E. There's this bottom chunk out. That doesn't look bad. That doesn't look terrible. So I have to spot heal this. See, it sucks because I drew it, I cut it off. I probably should have did a more wide angle on it. But now I'm gonna have to build with parts of the tree onto it to maintain what I have, but it's gonna look slightly different. But I don't think this looks bad, right? I think what I will have to do though is come in with, so I'm going to try this too. I'm going to do the brush tool. We're going to change this and we're going to go to let's see if I can find it. Let's try these. I think it was this I used. I really like this brush, but I gotta lower this to a 5 point on the pixel end. And I'm probably gonna have to be really light right here when I touch base on this. Because I'm trying to spot heal this, but I need to blend a little more. So I'm gonna have to just very lightly, I'm gonna have to create a layer above this, and I'm gonna have to try to I need to take my smoothing off. I'm going to take my smoothing all the way down so I can try to do this right. I'm going to bring these up just a little bit more. So what I could do, this doesn't look bad right here. This part I think looks pretty solid, but up here I need to add a little more line curvature to fix that, and then I can start working on the card more. I think it's in a good center place here, but then I gotta get this back end right. I gotta get this back end by the defense, and then it's not Voltaire, but we're using Voltaire as the base. I think we can do some things drawing wise and spot healing, which you mostly use for photos, right? But I have to spot heal this digital hand drawing into it. And the reason is because I don't have enough room to now work with it, because this is how I originally drew it. But because the outsides of this cut it off, and I wanted to fit it inside the card, I now have to spot heal this and draw lines to create the card for the card game, right? I think one thing I could do is come in here, do a little circle edge like this. What I think would work, what I think will help too, that actually didn't look bad, did it? Let's see if this actually, that actually does not look bad. I think that actually kind of helps just a little bit, right? So that really does help just a tad bit. And then we got these undertone parts. I think I need to take the spot heal, and I want to remove this little bottom piece right here. It is a copy of that, so I'm like copying my asset, right? So I think I could take this out. See, I can see a little bit of, like right there. If we spot heal it a little bit, I'm gonna take this out right here. I think that if I do this, it helps out a little bit. But now I'm gonna have to add some line layers underneath a little bit to fix some of that, right? So I think I'm gonna have to go back to the brush tool, and I'm gonna come up just a little bit. I'm gonna bring a line here. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of lineage right here. I'm not looking to be perfect. I'm just looking to create these little chunks that I can make it look more like the tree. So now this is I copied and pasted this end of the tree, erased the tree or the leaf out, right? I pasted it over, and I pasted another image over, because if I removed that, right, that's the drawing in, but I had to merge that in. I'm gonna have to merge this line art in too. So I'm gonna do line art, tree we'll call it. So I'm gonna have to do this on each part of the tree to build that back, so that way the image doesn't lose everything. So the highlights and shadows work within this area because I copied and pasted and cut a chunk out and then went over, right? So this is because of how I drew this, but I still have to put my lighting source back in to really get that as you can see, if you look here, it's more vibrant and brightness and contrast, because I have these two layers to the right here that really make that focus come forward of the colors. So I got to do it here again, but like I said, I have to add to these layers. So I'm not going to merge everything yet, but I'm going to contain it all in this same layer part right here. And I'm going to hide that right there for a second. So I really like where it's positioned here, right? I like its hand positioning. I like its foot positioning. I think this is a good position point, right? I don't know what you guys think. You can let me know. I think this is a good center point. Its hands come a little under behind, but that's cool. Its head is not touching the top of the nameplate, and that's what I want, right? So now I have to come back to this layer, and here's where I gotta get creative, right? So I'm gonna take this little chunk. I'm gonna go Control C, Control V, right? Now here's where I gotta get creative. So I'm gonna try a few different things here. So you can see where it's not really blended, right? Because I cut that chunk out of it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try a few different things here. I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna see how it works together. It may not look good, but we'll try it. And see, it doesn't look the greatest. I think because of this piece right here that comes off. So I'm gonna flip it back. What I'll have to do is get a little creative and take parts of it, like I said. So we're gonna bring this down, because I'm gonna make this line up almost identical to that line. But then I'm gonna bring this up. make that bottom part smaller, right? And we have this. I think this might be perfectly lined up. It's fine where it's at right there. So we can see. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to like warp this just a hair. So what I mean is I'm gonna have to bring this little line down. I'm gonna try to warp it into it. So I could do a little bit of manipulation here with that. That kind of looks cool. And then what I could do is now I'm gonna have to spot heal this, right? Doesn't look bad, but with the spot heal, we're gonna heal it, and then we're gonna come in. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to merge this into this layer. So we're gonna go Control, we're gonna hit Shift, Control Alt E, so we don't lose these layers, but we merge those layers, right? So we don't lose that. So I'm gonna have to come in and spot heal this a little bit. And even if I push a little bit outside, I'm gonna make sure these, I don't know if I want that. So I think I can take this layer out, right? I can push that back a little. And I can spot heal that a little bit. I'm gonna erase the top of this because I don't like how it functions when it pops out from there. And I think I went too far on that part. Okay. Here's something else I'm going to do. Smudging tool. There it is. I'm going to bring this down. I am going to kind of smudge this to help blend that line a little bit, right? Now see how we're blending that a little bit? See, I could do it right here and smudge it a little bit. I don't know if this needs some smudging. This needs a little smudging right here, I think. Yeah, put a little bit of smudging in. And we can push that light source when we smudge it, we can push that light source over and kind of play with it. So hopefully I don't have to do this again on another one. But this is fine. Sometimes this is how you got to do things, right? Nothing's ever perfect. And it's because I didn't create the tree layer as a separate layer. I drew it all together. But that's okay. We know where the base of it happens, right? So I'm going to smudge this because I know this is another layer. I'm going to smudge this down into this. We're going to bring this light just over here. I'm using my mouse for this. And that's why I'm not too worried about going a little hard on there, because I'm just trying to blend this the best I can so it doesn't look as, I'll blend this line right here. See, and it's starting to, you see how it's starting to come together now? Because we're blending it. I'm going to erase this top little edge because the pixels stick out a little bit, and I don't want that to stick out, so I'm going to erase that slightly. Right. I'm going to kind of need to go back. Just erase. I think that looks pretty solid. And you're probably not going to see that on the card anyways, because it's going to be downsized. But this is really starting to look really solid right here, right? Warping it and stuff like that. But what's cool now is that I have a bigger chunk of the tree now. So now I can actually go Control C, Control V, and I have a bigger chunk of the tree. Now, there, see how it's starting? So, oh, I gotta fix the background layer. Make sure my background layer pushes to the absolute edge. Okay, so here's what I gotta do. I'm gonna make sure the swirl pushes out too. So I kind of goofed up here. The absolute edge. Okay, so this is starting to look a lot better, right? But what I'm going to do is take out chunks of it again. So I'm going to use a spot healing tool again. Oops. We got to go back to the layer. I think it was this one, wasn't it? Yeah. So we're going to take this, and we're just going to take this piece out. I just want to remove this entirely. I don't even want this. So, and then we'll smudge it when we get back to that point, right? We're kind of smudging it. See, that looks cool because now I can see the line right there pushing through. So, and then we'll come back in with the pencil, right? And this is where I might have to warp this, but I gotta merge the layer. I gotta merge it again. So I'm gonna go Control Alt. So I'm gonna hit Shift, go Control E to put these together. I'm gonna have a lot of these layers, right? Because this is how we have to build this. Because, like I said, I made the mistake of not doing certain things right, like drawing it over there. Spot heal it. There's probably spot heal there. Okay, so now we have part of this tree right here. We can duck it under. Cut a little chunk off. Cut a little chunk off. We'll come out. See? Now it's really starting to come together. We're going to use our smudge tool again, right? So our smudging tool. And I'm going to smudge this because you can see where it like blurs, right? If we could take that blur down just a hair and make it look like it's smoother running into it, right? So, bring this back because I think what I will do is I'm going to take my pencil tool and I'm going to draw over that again. And then I'll smudge that line in. I'm going to smudge this right here because I want this to slightly cut off, right? I want to create some little lines of depth to cut them off. So smudge that. We can smudge this back a little bit. And that's starting to look really good, right? It's piecing together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back in now with my pencil tool. I think what I have to do actually is first I gotta erase this edge. And then I think I can come in with the pencil tool or the brush. Redo my brush. I can come in. I think this might have been fine. Yeah, I think that looks fine. I think this little corner though, I can remove. Now I'm just kind of nitpicking at this. I think that looks really good. Okay, so what I did mess up on, as you can see, I have some smudging outside here. And that was a fault of my own. Try not to get too close to it. There, that looks a lot better. Okay, cool. So what I now can do is I can fix this where I'm going to draw using my pencil tool again, or my paintbrush tool, sorry. Okay, so there was this little chunk right here. I think it was right there, right? I'm going to just come in and slowly, and it'll be fine because this will be a merged layer. I'm going to actually stick on the line. And I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to have to merge it anyways. I'm going to come in here, do this, right here. I think what I'll do is do that little loop I did. Like that. And I'm gonna take this part of the tree out. So I'm gonna do the spot healing on it really quick and see what happens. The lines are. Okay, that looks much better. And I'm going to actually take just a small chunk of this out right here. There we go. So now I'm liking what I see. So we're going to save this. So now we're getting somewhere. See that? I think what I have to do, though, is add a little more lines in the line art for depth. We go back to our brush tool. We just do a few more lines. Right? We're going to put a line here. A line above there, and then that helps bring that tree right there. So now see, it's starting to look a lot better. I'm trying to decide if I like how this light source is hitting or not. I'm not sure. So I'm going to lower this brush down because I want to spot heal just right here. This is all I want to do. Just spot heal this part, right? We're going to take the line out itself. Too far. Try going at 9. Oops. Pushed outside. Spot heal that. It sucks I have to spot heal this, but it's the only way I'm going to be able to create the tree unless I want to redraw it again. But we can do this. Smudging tool again. And we're going to just smudge that in. Go back to the line art. Come back at this point, right? So what I'm going to do is just come down and redefine that edge a little more, right? Because we did smudge it slightly. So here we go. Now we're getting somewhere here. And I'm just trying to think if I like how all this is hitting. What I think I might do, there is a, where is it at? I think it's this, right? Might not be. No. What is it called again? That's it. So I'm going to see if this will work, but I don't know. Okay, I don't want too high. Let me try using my regular pencil. See if this... No, it doesn't really... Well, kind of, yeah. That's kind of what I'm going to try to shoot for that. And I'm just going to use this. So maybe, just maybe, it doesn't really shoot me what I need here. Let's go right here. Let's try to see if this can add a little more. I'm trying to just see. I think if I blend this in, it's gonna really hold it up better, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to kind of smudge it, blend it in a little bit. I think one thing I want to do though is turn the smudge down. It's its strength of 50%. I'm gonna go drop it to like 30 and see what happens. We're gonna go 30. We're gonna use my pencil this time. Let's see what happens. We're going to smudge it a little bit. Try to smooth this together. I think it's starting to do it. Yeah. So what I'm just trying to do is add that other light source over here a little bit. I'm going to smudge this light. I'm going to just kind of try to blend this together. Right? Smudge that up. Just sucks I had to come. Yeah, see, that looks a lot better. It's starting to piece itself together now. Whoops. Unplug my headphones. That's not what I wanted. But now you see this is starting to piece itself together. So I think we're getting somewhere, right? I think this looks fine over here. I'm not sure. Maybe I think, what do? We go back to the spot healing tool. I think I have to put a little darker under there. And I have to go like right here. I think it needs to be darker. I'm gonna lower this down to even maybe a 4. We're gonna just try this. I think this has to be a little darker because it's following the same curvature of light. But I personally think this has to be a little darker. Now, I'm going to take my eraser tool because I do feel I went off that just a hair. Now, we're going to go back to our smudging tool. So, oops, I'm on the wrong part, that's right. So let's try to smudge it a little bit and see what happens. We're going to smudge this light this direction just to hair. I don't know how this is looking quite yet. We'll find out. And then, see, it's kind of fuzzy right there, right? Take my eraser tool. Go to the line art. We're gonna get the brush tool again. I'm just gonna press up against this, right? Then we're going to take our eraser tool again. We're going to come back to this layer. I think what I can do is press this all the way back up because now, oops. Okay, I'm going to try, whoops, dang it. I think it's too big. Well, I didn't think that was going to happen. I guess it does. So, even if I press this back enough, I just want. Alright, I'm going to press this back as far as I can take it. Oh, it's the line art that's there. I think that's part of it. It is. Okay, so we're going to bring that line art just a hair back. Just a little bit. There we go. That looks a lot better. Cool. So I think we're getting on the correct path. See, now this light comes here. I didn't like it entirely where it was at. I think I can do just a hair more right here. Oops. Just a little bit. There we go. Cool. And I'm gonna go erase. Take this out. Now I'm just pixel peeping there. I really don't need to necessarily because you're not gonna see it on the card. It's gonna be very very, very hard to see. Like insanely hard. Trying to see that, it's going to be like damn near impossible on a card when you're physically holding it, right? Let's try these. I'll take some of these out. Let's see. I think that looks pretty solid. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that looks pretty solid. I mean, look at what we created 2 layers already. This, and how we still got this top layer. We got it added. We smoothed it out. Like I said, this was not going to be easy because I have to create this layer, right? Because my dummy butt made the mistake of trying to, and that one's really hard to see, but I can see it, so we're gonna blend it again. I'm gonna copy it again. I'm gonna go Control C, Control. Oops. That layer right here, right? This is our layer. Control C, Control V. We're gonna do it again. Now, what I think I'm gonna do actually is I think we can take this and do a straight line up to that tree end, right? I think so. I think we can do that. I think we make it thinner as we go along, right? I think we make it thinner there. I think we blend this part out and then we get the tree. So what I'll do is I'll take we're gonna have to merge this layer too. So here we go. That layer, this layer. We're gonna merge them into a layer. Oops. We're gonna Control Alt E again. Then we hide all this. So I'm gonna put these into a layer, right? We're just gonna call this Cyber Rune Other Colors. Or other layers. Now we have this merged, right? So now we got to go back to this spot healing tool. I think I actually might draw this by hand on it because I don't like how it's doing that part. So I'm going to draw that by hand, but what I'm going to do is go back to, let me try this. I don't think I've used this. I don't know how well it'll work, but we'll see what happens here. I don't think I've ever, oh, hell no. Definitely not. Definitely not. That is a no-go. Hell to the knot. We'll do the spot healing brush again. So, just gotta remove. Okay. What I'm going to do, this is slightly off because it's down here. I could, okay, so, oh, I should have warped that before I did it. What I could do is check this out. I am going to copy this right here, right? I'm going to slightly copy this, go Control C, Control V, grab that layer, I'll move it up, and then I'm going to actually probably warp this layer. I'm going to slightly turn it, trying to just match it. So this is about the closest I'm gonna get here, right? But we're gonna go here, we're gonna go Control T, and then we're gonna go to warp. And I'm gonna warp this up. I'm gonna warp what I can up on this. Just enough that maybe it'll look alright. What's cool is, you know, trees do funky things. Oop. I don't think I'll be able to warp that image. I think I have to keep it there. So now look, we have the slider in here. Let's see. Now I'm hitting the attribute circle, but I have this layer. I feel like, do I extend it? No, because I can see what's happening now. There's this dark layer that I gotta just either spot heal it. I'm gonna try to spot heal it. I'm gonna come across. On this layer, I'm gonna come across. Whoops. That is a layer, right? Yeah. Oh, I know why. Because I'm gonna guess what? I'm gonna have to merge these again. Control E. Dude, I'm gonna have so many different layers. It's gonna be crazy. I want to spot heal across like that. That's exactly what I want to do. Control S. But now we gotta do it here again, right? So if we can spot heal here. I'm not gonna do it yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same exact thing where I cut the layer out and copied it. So maybe I can do it here. We're gonna Control V, right? We take this tree layer. This might work here. I think I'm gonna leave it there, and then I'm just gonna warp this. I'm gonna go Control T, and I'm gonna warp this card, right? So what we're doing is we're trying to design this card for Monquest. It'll be another Mon that goes in the game. So I can't quite see it behind that, but I can tell it's there. Oof, that kind of threw off some. It's there, but this might be one of the trickiest ones I've ever had to do. Only because I have to warp this. I have to do crazy things though. Oh yeah, I know what the problem was. It was that dark layer, right? That we had earlier. But once again, we're going to have to merge them into one layer. Whoops. Just hit cancel. And I'm going to have to hide these layers. So I'm going to have like a ton of different layers. Okay. So now, do you see that? Now we can, I just need to, like that. There we go. Cool. So now we're getting somewhere, right? You can see that we have these merged together. And it's helping because the light is hitting almost where I want it to be. But I do feel like I could hit some light up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my, I'm going to do my healing brush, right? I'm going to grab this right here. And I'm going to just start painting along this edge. And I'm going to have to merge it. I think we could do this. Whoops. It almost looks weird with this line right here, but I know it's not. It's part of his face. I kind of want to see how that looks actually. Let me go back to the line art on this real quick, and if it works, I'll do it on the other one. But let's go E. I need to. Well, I have it totally marked. I'm gonna click on the line art and see what happens here. Control. I'm gonna go E. I don't know how this will work or look, but we'll find out. You see, it's in his face right there. So I don't know if I should take it out. It almost looks better too. But maybe. But maybe I think this would look better. But his face, okay, maybe here's an idea to try. And I might have to put this on the other one, right? Do Control C, Control V, right? We're gonna take that same line, we're gonna bring it over. I might not have got a big enough portion of that line. We need to flip this. Okay, let me redo this because I don't think I grabbed a big enough chunk of that. Control C, Control V. Okay, there we go. We're going to Control T, and then we're just going to flip it vertically. That. Oops. I think I do have to take this and go Control Control T. Ah, I screwed up because I know what I did. Okay. We're gonna go Control T. We're gonna flip it. We're gonna hit Enter. Control T again. Oops. I'm gonna stretch this a little bit. If it doesn't change much, I'm not gonna use it, right? I don't think it really changes it too much. I think what I can try to do actually, and it does have that curvature, but maybe I just come in, right? And I do the curvature. It might be too dark. Let's turn the smoothing up too. Let's give it the full smoothing. Maybe I do give it the curvature, right? Let's see if it looks better. It does, but I just don't like it. There's one thing that bugs me about this. It's right here. So we're gonna do that. If I get his face right here, I'm gonna come back in, I'm gonna copy that line and paste it over to the drawing we have on the card. I mean, it didn't look bad at first, but we'll see. Oops. Let's see. I don't think it looks bad, but I think I still gotta make it thicker. Now, that hides it a little better. When you go to the card, it just has a line, right? But there, I think I could also take this line, right? And refix its curvature a little bit. And this might help. We'll find out. Well, that smoothing's killing me. It's just slightly, so I think I'm going to take the smoothing off really quick so I can see what happens here. It's a little too thick. I think that's probably right. Now, I think this blends a little bit too much. There's something I just got to figure out on this, right? I'm trying to figure out where do I want this point to make sense. So where do I want this point to meet? Where do I honestly feel like it makes sense? Probably not curving it. Maybe curving it slightly. I think that looks a little better. But I was trying not to blend it into this line because it just looks like it cuts through his face, right? I don't like that. So I think what I actually have to do is curve it. So like that. I think that will work. I think that's going to work, right? So now what I do, I'm going to go here. I'm going to select these pieces. Control C. And now I'm going to try to paste them in here. What's going to happen is I'm probably going to erase these. And remember, we still got to build the tree around it because, oof, that takes a big chunk out though. I might have to just paste it back in. I think so. If I do that, okay. So we already started merging the layers. Oh. Oh, this one's tough, dude. Well, I'm gonna try, whoops, to erase this. Just a line if I can, and we'll see what happens when we paste that piece back in, right? We'll try it. Now it's too big because it's obviously not. I might have to literally just paste the whole thing back in. Well, that's dead on the spot, right? So I might actually have to paste the whole thing back in. I really don't want to do that. I think we can do it. I'd say sure this is merged, right? So here's what we do. We're gonna go back. Like sure that's merged, right? But what we do is we're gonna have to hide this whole layer, and we're gonna have to bring back the layers that were used to copy and paste, like this. We're gonna have to do this, and then probably merge them back and redo our what we were doing earlier. So I think I have to do this again. I think I have to merge these back. I have to go to control, or I have to do all this again. I have to merge all this back into a layer. I think control alt E, drag the layer over, bring it in, make it small again, as small as like I'm trying to get it. And I think we definitely have to do, I should have looked at the size of the one instead of just trying to guess here, right? What it was. Let me go look at the size of that. This is 646 by 811. .646 by 811. Doesn't seem right. 646 by 811. Was that just doesn't seem right to me. No, that doesn't seem right. Hold on. What it says it is though. 646 by 811, right? Yeah. It just does not seem right. What are we doing here? Why are we doing this? It just does not feel right. That just does not seem right. 646 by 811, that just does definitely not seem right to me. I think I'm just going to have to size it to whatever I feel is going to work. I don't know. So these aren't really. Oh man, that one was like perfect, but it's not. It's tough, dude. It may. See, because now I can't line these up. I think that's as close as I'm gonna get. I definitely think I have to merge these. Okay, we're gonna do it right there. I'm missing the other layer though, so I don't even remember where that layer was at, if I'm being real. The easiest way, actually, it doesn't look as stretched as, but what I could do, actually, here's the idea. We're gonna take this layer right here. We're gonna cut it off where we Control C. We're gonna hide this. We're gonna Control V. We're gonna have to reblend this, unfortunately, but that is fine. I'm gonna take some blending again. Definitely, oops, definitely gonna have to blend out again. Too big. There we go, right there, just right there. And this one I think is okay. So we're gonna have to spot heal this, right? So go back to spot healing tool. We're gonna have to merge them too. So right here, that's not it. I pasted this and I think this is it. Or this one. Nope. Damn, I forgot where it's at. This is gonna take some spot healing again, unfortunately. Damn it. Okay. Unfortunately, this is gonna take a lot of tricks again. Alright, so I think we're gonna have to drag this one back out. Which one was this again? Where did I get this? Oh, it's right here. I see what's going on. We'll put it right above this layer. Alright. I'm just gonna start here. We're gonna go Control E, we're going to merge that one. And all I have to do is spot heal this, right? I'm going to have to do this again. There. But I really like, kind of missing. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to spot heal those. I'm definitely going to spot heal that. That curve looks pretty good. It's right here that is throwing it off. So, we're going to get our healing brush again. We're going to copy this, right? We're going to blend this spot, this light, over just a smidge. And I think we're going to have to smooth it out with a smudge. Okay. Now I think we're going to definitely have to smudge it. Trying to be as light as I can with the smudge. I don't want it totally, so I have to smudge this just a little bit. Just enough. So I want that light there still, but I don't want it overbearing. See, now I think that looks a little better. Okay. So now I'm actually going to just do this. Bring it over. Get it here. Okay, now. There we go. Alright. This is starting to look a lot better. It just sucks I have to do the tree like this. Unfortunately, I gotta do it like this. So we gotta go back to the spot healing brush. I'm gonna spot heal. Oh, hello. Hey, how you doing? So now I gotta merge these layers, right? Oops. This layer, and the whole main layer. We gotta go Control Alt E. Now we know we can hide this layer and hide this layer because we are merged into one single layer, wherever it's at. I got like 9 million different layers going on, bro. Is this the one with the fixed face? It is. Okay, so. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to definitely fix that. Okay. So we're gonna have to blend this again, right? This is the part of the tree we know. We're gonna put it below these layers. Now we're gonna have to do spot healing again. I don't want that. I will probably want this. I think I'm gonna have to erase that chunk out, and then I'm gonna have to blend that. Okay, that looks okay. Spot heal. That looks okay. Now I'm gonna spot heal that. Spot heal that. I'm definitely gonna have to take the eraser tool though. We're gonna have to come along this edge, right? So we got little pixelated parts sticking out that I don't want sticking out. But I'm gonna have to take my smudging tool. Where's that? Smudging. I think I'm gonna smudge this. I'm gonna smudge this over. I'm going to get the eraser tool because I do not like this part. It just keeps poking out, right? Now I think it looks better. And I have to give my light source back that I was trying to do, right? So I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna get the healing brush. I'm gonna get this layer right here. And what I'm gonna do, add, oops. That's a little dinky there. Oops, that's too much. No. How do I do this? It looks cool like that, but I might be just better off, honestly. We'll see. I'm gonna have to smudge it a little bit. See, now this is getting it's a tedious task now because of what happened, because I didn't draw it. I should have drawn it wide, right? Not wide, but I should have made the tree a separate layer, and I didn't do that. So that was a costly mistake for me, because now, see, I have to waste more time blending and fixing the tree, and I have to add different layers. So now I have to add this layer, and I have to just add a little more on it. Got to spot hill this point right here. I don't want this. I just want this completely on. So I'm going to take that and try to get rid of that. I don't want that line at all, right? It's not what I'm trying to do. I might not be able to get rid of it right away. Maybe I can't get rid of it. I'm trying to. That works. Okay, so I think that looks pretty solid now. Now we gotta save. Now we gotta go back to the part on the tree we were doing earlier. Oh, brother. We have this part. At this part, I think what I'm gonna do. Just draw. Just draw up into the tree. Like that. Let's actually try this. We know this is a different layer, right? These are both different layers. I could stretch this down. Into it a little bit. Just gonna bring it right there. I'm gonna try that. Okay, that really works. Now, I'm gonna have to use the erase tool. Oops. Like I said, these are gonna be layers I'm gonna have to merge together. Here's a layer. I have to bring it in because it's off piece. This part we can widen just a hair. Just slightly off things. I think we'll just erase that out. Okay, we'll try this. I'm going to save. We're getting there, but we slowly have to fix the tree as we're moving along, right? Now I need to take this layer, okay, this layer, this layer. I think that's the right layers. we need to merge these. Control-Alt-E. Now I lose these layers. See, I have to put them back into, this layer is going to go outside. All right, we're going to put this layer here. And these all are going to be just nothing now. They're going to go in that same layer. Cool. But now, the key here is what we did last time. Remember, we copied this layer, but first we used the spot healing tool to get rid of this, right? We wanted to get rid of that. We took our spot healing tool. And we're going to copy over this, right? And see that line right there? We're going to get rid of that. Because that's from the tree. The tree's, the color of the tree is slightly protruding past the blank. I don't want that. Okay, now we're going to make that color layer again. We're going to go back to our spot healing tool. I'm going to take that out. Take that. Okay, now I'm going to take this tool and we're just going to copy this layer. Okay, we're going to Control C, Control V. We're going to grab that layer, we're going to move it. It sucks I have to do it all this way again. And we're going to go Control T, we got to warp it. So we got to warp that layer. Got to warp the piece up, right? Move that piece. And that might be tilting a little too funky. Can't really tell. I gotta freaking peep at the pixel. And hit enter. Oh, here's the other thing I forgot. I know what I forgot. That we have to spot heal. Oh yeah, can't do it yet. I'm keep forgetting this. No. Edit, redo. We're gonna redo that. Where now we have to merge these layers, right? We gotta merge these layers. Control Alt E. We gotta hide these layers. Now we use the spot healing tool, and then we get that layer back. There, cool. Now we're getting some. All right, but now I got to do the same thing here. So I'm going to go Control V because this is the same layer in colors, right? It's going to feel slightly off. We're going to Control T. We're going to go warp. We just got to drag this drastically up, right? So let me do this. I'm going to go Control T. I'm going to rotate. Maybe this will help. I don't know. It will not work. Let's just warp it. Okay, so go here, Control E again. This is all because I made a silly mistake of not just merging the layer, or not merging, sorry, of not drawing the tree separate. If I had drawn the tree separate, I wouldn't be doing this, right? Just spot heal it. Just keep spot healing it. And I think that looks pretty solid. And I gotta spot heal a lot of this, right? That looks really good. See, now it's starting to converge and coincide with each other. So now we're getting something. We're getting layers. We're getting depth. We're starting to get what we need. We're starting to get everything we need to make it feel proper how it should be, right? All right, cool. Now we got to do this layer. Same thing. I'll probably have to come in with some line art. We're going to go Control C, Control V, right? Now this is a thicker layer. So what I think I could do is actually go Control T. We might flip it like horizontally. And that starts to work. Except for, I think I need a line there. Because the tree cuts off right there. It does. Okay. I see. I'm going to have to create... Well, instead of creating from the top of that point, let's use the inside of this point, right? So I'm going to create from here. I need to go just a little... Nope. Right here. We'll try using this little sliver right here. We got a little bit of the tail in it. And what we can do, is we're going to flip it. No, we won't flip it. We'll keep it. What we do is we'll size it down. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm actually going to have to draw a little bit of line art on there. Oops. I'm going to hide this for a minute until I can... Okay, so I'm going to hide these for just a second. I think I do have to flip this horizontally. But I think I do. That won't work. Let me see why. Nope. I see. So I'm going to have to use, but I'm going to have to take line art and make it converge with it, right? Because this is not... What I'm going to do is I'm going to spot heal this center and then spot heal those lines up too. And then I'm going to have to take, matter of fact, we're going to have to go back to our line art. So I have to do all this drawing on these again. And that's okay. It's just a mistake I made that I probably could have done better for myself. So now, all right, just let me turn this movie. Where did I put this one? There, I think that'll work. I don't know why. 5 feels weird. I'm gonna try 7. I don't know why. It just feels so weird. Like, it just doesn't look right. You see that? Something about it. Let's try lowering it down to 4. doesn't look bad, but something about it just feels very strange to me, like it doesn't make sense. Let me try a different line art. Just something about that one just does not. Let me try this. This might look better. Something about that just feels so off. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's not. Something about it just feels weird. I'm trying different ones. That's the one I've always used, but it looks super weird now. I'm gonna go with a general brush. Maybe it's... No. I don't know what it is, but it's like... Yeah, something just strange about it. I know this is the brush I used, right? It has to be. This is the only one I can think of that makes sense to what I'm doing. Is it? We'll try 3. I think it might be 3, but I don't know, man. Let's see. Try to do that. See what happens. I think that does look better. Yeah, that looks much better. I think we gotta do is take a little hair off, a little edge off of this right here. Take a slight edge off this. Right? Okay, now what we gotta do, I don't think I can spot all that. What I think I gotta do now, go back to my line art, come back, come in here, we're just gonna have to draw up into it. I think so. Yes, that is how we're gonna do it. And then, I almost don't know if I need to spot heal. We know we have this, right? We're going to Control C, Control V. We're going to do it again. We're going to flip it. Control T. Alright, Control T. Flip it horizontal again. Hit Enter. Yeah, you see that? I think the easiest way actually is switch. Control C, Control V. Flip it. Control T. Horizontal again. And then we take our eraser. Oops, oops. Erase. erase this off and this. That's on the other one. Try to erase this edge. Now I'm going to come back. Pen tool. Go back to the line art, right? Oh, you son of a bitch. Damn it. Okay. Okay. I think though we still got to do some spot healing because I can see this piece right here. See this? But I gotta merge it. So I gotta merge. Merge again. And we got another layer we gotta get rid of here. Now gotta throw a spot heal. I'm gonna actually do this on the whole thing because I don't wanna like have to miss something. I think that looks okay. That actually looks pretty solid. But we're gonna erase. That. We get as much as I can off it. Go back. Take the, oh, not the flow, the smoothing. We're getting somewhere now. Take that edge off. Take that off. Cool. Now we're starting to get somewhere. I think that'll work. Almost getting there. Okay. It's the line art. Okay. I have to do like freaking each pixel here. I'm trying. I think we're close. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this. This is gonna be a tough spot because I'm gonna have to grab this right here. Go Control C, Control V. This is where I'm gonna have to flip this, right? I'm gonna go Control T, flip it the opposite direction. Oops, nope. Flip it that way. Now, it looks a little strange on that. Whoops. I'm plugging my headphones. This looks a little strange on this one, right? But I think we can fix it. See how this brown sticks out the side? I don't want that. I didn't even see this brown sticking out slightly because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I should have drew the tree separate when I did this, but I didn't. I really kind of wish I would have. I think I want to warp this right here. I'm going to go Control T. And then we're going to warp. Let's go with all Control. Just hit Enter. Can I'm going to have to just take this section, right? And I'm going to Control T. And we're going to go warp. I just want this one section, right? So what I want to do is warp this in. So it doesn't seem so fat on it, right? Cool. Ooh, but it cut into his leg. All I really need is this right here. Control T. We're going to warp. Yeah, I want to warp this in. Hit Enter. Then we go. Okay, now take our block and go Control T. And we're going to warp this one. I don't like that. Maybe. Can I Enter? Control D. Okay, this part might get a little tricky, but I think what I can try here. I don't know if this will work, but we'll try. I think that works. I think that works. Control S, and I think we got our spot here, guys. Now, I think we're in a good spot. Now, I need the nameplate back. There's so many layers here. I really need to label these better. At least better than what I got, right? Okay. That, and then the, nope, that was not it. That's it. That's also part of it. I think that's right. Oh, buddy. I don't remember. Might not be. That has to be it. I think that's it. Okay. Rename it to Cyberroon. Now, I have my notes here. Oh, I need to do one other thing too. a folder. No folder, we're going to call it final merge. Dang, look at all those layers because that sucks. That's a lot of layers. Okay, now we can hide this layer, right? We can hide this layer. Then what we do is we'll bring this above, bring the background layer above, and we'll keep that layer there. Now, I have one other thing I still gotta add. Control C. We're gonna paste this right above these layers. Now see how it made that come out now? Oh, there we go. Control S. So now we have our vibrance and brightness contrast layers. Alright. That was crazy work we had to do there. Now I gotta get my iPad out. Remember. Okay, so it's level 50. Enter. A BP loss of I think it was 23 yet, because we're doing Berserker plus 1% onto it, and because it's level 41 to 50, it's gonna have a base of 16% of its HP to help total its BP loss, so it would total out to 23. Control S. HP. Berserkers have high HP, high attack, but low defense. So, 135. There. 145. 145, and a defense of 65. Control S, and we gotta change that ability. And this is Mon. Oh God. Oh man, I have to look on my website. We'll come back to the Mon rule. Called a primate because it's a monkey, and then we'll do it's a monkey from a different world, but Berserker. Oops. All right, so put it right there. Get our little box. Whoops. There we go. Now, it is going to have a higher attribute pool. It's going to have 5. Oops. So we're going to take this, right? Everything we have in this. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels? And just dead on. Control-S. Now we're getting somewhere. I love Monquest 2022 because that's when I put a trademark on the game. And so that's why it says 2022. Because it does have a trademark on it. Okay, now. All my notes here. Okay. Now, because I had to do all that work, I think I'm going to end the stream here. Been streaming for about 2 hours. But we did a lot of cool stuff. But I think I'm going to end the stream here. We're going to come back and finish Cyberrune. We're going to get its abilities going. I'll think of those. This needs to be over just a hair. I need to be right there. Okay. But I think we're going to call it good tonight here. I think we have something really cool here. And we're going to come back. We're going to make it awesome, like we always do. And we're going to keep working hard on the card game. We're going to keep going. And I thank everybody who's been here subscribing, supporting the card game, play testing it. I thank you guys very much. This is awesome. And I'm going to keep going. I know I stopped for a long time because I went and did music stuff for like 9 months. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out. And it was one of those things that didn't really work out how I wanted it to. But I'm here. I'm back. I'm doing something I do truly love. I want to make this because I want to make it. Not because I care about if, like, trying to make money or from it. Everybody wants to make money doing something, but you know, I truly just love doing this because this is just part of who I am mentally and where my mind goes and gets creative and stuff. So like I said, thank you guys, and we're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna do another live stream. We're gonna tackle this thing and get it knocked out and get it added to the website and to the printable cards, and it's gonna be awesome. So like I said, thank you guys. I truly appreciate you, and I'll be back tomorrow. Catch you guys later.